We'll go again. Charge them up. Let's try this one. Put it here. And then put this one in here. I do. Here we are. It works. I am very proud of my progress. Right. Oh, God. Right. That's better. Much better. Let's get the chat up, shall we? Right. Dee 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 dee. Right. Right, can anyone hear me, see me, all that jazz? Welcome to the Halloween Fright Night, where the ghosts and ghouls of Rossignol descend from the trees and will once more watch our every move as the 155 trundles its way through the scary woodland that is Rossignol. Right, welcome to this Halloween stream. We're going to be doing it on the 155 locomotive add-on for Rossignol. Very appropriate since, well, Rossignol is, well, the next loco add-on is coming to Rossignol. I've just got a notification from eBay. I'll have a look at that later. From Hagen to a holding siding at Frintrop, where another driver will take over. Right. Jason Burton, hey, how are you? Hey, Trail, good afternoon. It'll be early evening soon in the US. Jason, I've got a hashtag. Your DLC is too damn expensive. Oh dear. Well, don't do it on here. Do it on their forums and Twitter and social media. That's the place for it. You tend to fall loud and rubber duck. Yeah. Well, we'll just wait for it to load and then we'll get into it. There we are. I had a tweak around with the weather to make it more mistier, but I don't think it's made much of a difference, to be honest. Anyway, the quicker we get moving, the more the better run we will have overall to Frintrop. I'm not going to put FIFA on because that's just a pain in the neck. Sound is way too loud for me. It's just irritating at times. At times I'm happy to have it on, but not tonight. Yes, he'll provide a fright, but you know, nah, not for me. Not my cup of tea tonight. That's all tickety boo. Yep. Ah, brake key. Very important. Right, we'll let the brakes release, and then we will get going. That is our noble steed for this evening. The 155 with its very own Fowl's 183 coal wagons. This adds 15 extra services to Rusignor. Isn't that lovely? Let's hope the 363 shunter has a similar number, if not even more. Just wait until those brakes release, but we're ready to pounce. We're on the throttle, we're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, the brakes are cooling down, they're coming off. There we are, we're moving. Right, let's go. Get me up before you go. We've got a place we need to go. That's probably one of the best horns on the German stuff. I mean, the 155 I think is one of the best locomotive add-ons, simply because of its reliability. No bugs, no issues, nothing. Which is nice to see for once. So, isn't that nice? Isn't that pleasing? Have you completed the Isle of Wight yet? The scenarios I have, yes. I've done all 5 scenarios on my channel. There's a dedicated playlist to the Isle of Wight where I've done all 5 scenarios, the tutorial, and I did a stream on service mode as well. Have you got your Cadbury chocolate buttons? Oh yes, I do. They're right next to me. Is Rusignor worth buying? Well, you have to buy it if you want the new shunter, yes. But not just that, it's an overall decent package. The route itself is pretty challenging with some steep uphill and downhill gradients. Of course, you've got to have a bit of patience as well with other passenger services getting in the way, even though it's majority of freight traffic on the route. But it is a good route, and the 155 certainly adds to that, and hopefully the 363 will do the same. From a service mode perspective, the scenarios, they're alright. There are some pretty challenging ones though. I think there's one called Storm Trail where you have to battle against really bad weather in the cab control car. There's one service where you're doing a freight service literally right in the middle of the night, I think, pouring with rain. That is really challenging. So it is worth the money. Well, I don't think any DLC should be worth $24.99, but there we are, or $30, but there we are. I've had enough ranting and raging about Dovetail's business practices. Anyway, what's everyone doing on this Halloween evening? Obviously, it's a very different Halloween this year. We all know why. But yeah, what's everyone doing on this Halloween evening? Are they playing Train Sim World in a spooky way, or are they just trying to avoid people knocking on the door every 5 minutes and asking for sweets? Lovely. Any other German stuff with good freight? Good freight. Jesus, that's a tough one. I would recommend Mainz-Bahn, but I'm not a fan of that one, to be honest. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right for me. The 204 is an absolute disaster from a service mode perspective. Yeah, there's some good freight on Mainz-Bahn. You get double header, 185.2s hauling mixed freight. I think tanker wagons serve the heavy freight trains up steep hills, but it's not very good. The banker doesn't effective, but if you're the service being assisted by the banker locomotive, it's not very useful because you end up pulling the you end up struggling up the hill yourself with the banker not doing a single thing, not applying the power or not doing anything. So but there we are. Oh, sugar. Oh, my off. There we go. Not change down. What am I on about? Yeah, but it's nice, isn't it? Nice to drive something old school in Germany again. You know, I've been driving many modern German stuff of recent times. The Ice 3M, the what else have I been driving? Obviously the 423, the 425, the 422, the 185.2. So it's nice to drive something a bit old school, a bit more challenge to it. I cannot wait for that shunter. Couldn't have come at a bit. Well, hopefully it arrives next week or the week after. That'll bring a smile to. That'll bring a smile to my face whilst I'm in lockdown for the next 4 weeks. Oh God. Well, at least I know what to do this time. I just hope to God we're not in lockdown over Christmas. That would be an absolute disaster. But work will be much easier now than it ever was. I mean, you know, at work I'll be going back to the old ways. Probably standing at the door and counting people in and out. So, that's alright. At least I'll be in the warmth. And not outside, so that's alright. And then again, I'll probably be wearing a flipping mask for, 8 hours or something, so... yeah. I ain't fussed. I mean... at work it was more peaceful, actually, and more calming the way it was when it was, during the first lockdown, because there was a huge scramble right before lockdown began, and then afterwards it was literally like New Year's Day for 30-60 days when there wasn't much happening, so it was pretty peaceful. You know, you could do what you want really. People wouldn't care as long as you do something effective and you're getting paid for it, and that's fine by me. And since the UK, of course, or England I should say, not the UK, because England's going back into lockdown next week, obviously my streams will take a bit of a plummet, because obviously my family members will start working from home again, so sometimes I might not be able to stream, so yeah, that's just the way it is, isn't it? I'm just gonna have to accept it. I think everyone's in the same boat when it comes to that, to be honest. So, but there we are. These are nice buttons, though. We have to get some chewing gum, I think. Keep yourself awake and concentrating. I find it difficult to concentrate when playing Train Sim World when I'm not eating something or drinking something. Don't know why. Just don't feel right for me. I don't know why. Obviously drinking alcohol is a no-no. Share something like chewing gum. That'll keep me awake. Take a look at the chat. American stuff. What's worth buying then? Or there, I should say. What American stuff? American stuff. What's worth buying there? That is a good call. I would say Northeast Corridor on the Amtrak 1000, but we're not good. But unfortunately, we can't play it anymore. So that's disappointing, isn't it? I wonder if they'll bring that back in the future. Surely they can bring it back. All they got to do is just update the route, update the graphics on that route, and update the atmosphere. That's all they have to do. You know, if they could, you know, pretty much most of Northeast Corridor that's on Long Island Railroad is on TSW2, so they could quite easily do it. You know, I mean, that would be fantastic if they could bring Northeast Corridor and the Amtrak shunter to Train Sim World 2. That would be fantastic if they could. But I don't think I mean, they say it's down to what, some sort of graphic problem or something, I don't know, adapting to the new engine or something. I'm struggling to believe that, to be honest. You know, because if Rapid Transit and Great Western can come to this route, then there's every chance that Northeast Corridor can. And Northeast Corridor is a shorter route than Great Western and Rapid Transit. So I wonder if it's down to a contractual dispute. I wonder if Train Sim World's contract, if you like, with Amtrak has come to an end. It seems to be that way, doesn't it? That's the impression I get. I don't think it's down to just game performance and things like that. No chance. They couldn't be. If anything, the game it should be even easier for Train Sim World to run Northeast Corridor if the graphics are turned down a bit. You know, it should be way easier, 100%. But yeah, we'll see. You never know. It might come back. It might come back, like Train Sim World 3 or something. You never know. You never know. Anything can happen in this world. How many times have I said that this year? Anything can happen. I mean, God, it's going to be so weird going back into lockdown again, because, well, I was just getting used to, being kind of back to normal, but it's all going to come crashing down to earth with a big bang. So, yeah, it's my sister's birthday coming up as well. That's been ruined. It's gonna be weird. But there we are. Anyway, this Halloween evening, I'm watching you. Ooh, he's watching me. Oh God, that song will be in my head now. Oh, who is it by? That geezer made that song. That brilliant Halloween song. Somebody's watching me by, who's he called? Is it Rockwell? I don't know who his name is. You know, somebody's watching me. That one, yeah. That's what immediately came to my head when I read that. God Main Buzzard Barn. Yeah. Intro, I don't know how to put destination displays in the ice free. I don't. Oh, you go into the computer. You press the. Hang on. If it's same on this cab, then it should be okay. How do you do it? Switches panel? Is that it? No, ain't it. Where is it? Indicator panel, gauge panel, indicator panel? No, ain't it. That's. Where's it gone? Gauge panel? No, that's the gauge panel. I want the screen if you want. Yeah, if you press UD on the ICE3 and the 406, 403 and 406, you then get a choice of a very long complicated word, and then ZUG 1 and ZUG 2. You click the first word, well, it's highlighted. You click on that and then you'll be able to pick your destination displays. I think it ranges between what? Frankfurt, one to Brussels, Nick Einsteigen, and yeah, you'll be able to then see the destination displays on the side of the train. They don't have it on the front, but they have it on the sides. So it's you can do it. I find it difficult to turn on the passenger lights rather than the destination displays on the ice trains. That's for sure. The Zombie Killer Nation Gaming. Ooh, what a name for tonight on Halloween. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well on this spooky Halloween evening. The Caltrain DLC. Yeah, I was about to say, American stuff was worth buying that. Yeah, Caltrain, 100% at the moment. Particularly with the MP Baby Bullet and the Shunter MP15 DC, which is actually my favourite Shunter of them all on this game. 100% Peninsula Corridor, and for 2 locomotive add-ons, hands down. I mean, they just deliver an awesome experience. It's a tremendous route, tremendous load of action going on. You've got freight services with Union Pacific, you've got Baby Bullet services, you've got shunting services. Even with the Shunter, I think you can rescue a train that's failed at one of the stations. There's so much going on. It's fantastic. I couldn't recommend the Peninsula Corridor highly enough, and I'm gonna have to get back into that as well. I think there's so many stuff I need to get back into. There's so much to do. I might as well stream every day at this rate, but that's not gonna be possible. Amtrak, hey, how are you? Sitting with a cat. Oh, that's another person who sat with a cat. Who is it? TSW2 Scotland's mother's got 7 cats or something, so... Jason, do you have a big packet of buttons? Yes, I do. Getting through them right now. How many have I got? Loads left, which is cool. Darren Grace, how are you? I went trick-or-treating. Oh, did you? I wonder how well that went. Not many people will be expecting... I bet not many people will be going trick-or-treating this year. Especially not after the announcement Boris Johnson just made on the TV a few hours ago. So, yeah, I hope you got some sweets. I didn't get any sweets, but I've got a big packet of chocolate buttons instead, so I'm okay. Jason, I have a question for you. German stuff or American stuff? That is tough. That is bloody tough. Altogether, just trying to think. It's kind of unfair, really, because obviously there's one American route less now, isn't there? Because the Amtrak stuff's all gone, isn't it? So, that's a tough one. That I don't know. Obviously, the German stuff will win if from a service mode perspective. But how many American stuff have we got at the moment? What is it? Three routes at the moment, isn't it? Long Island, Peninsula Corridor, and Sandpatch. I think the American stuff might just win it because there's a variety. You know, Sandpatch, you got those ridiculously long, challenging freight services. Caltrain, you get a mixture of, well, kind of both really, mostly passenger, but a lot of interesting services with the add-ons. And obviously Long Island, you've got the really intense network that is Long Island Railroad. Loads of not loads of passenger services, but enough to get a feeling of this is a very busy commuter railroad. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Long Island Railroad is the busiest. Is it the busiest commuter network in the United States? I believe that is the statistic. I'm not too. German stuff is, yes, there's more content, but they kind of all just start to feel the same. All of the routes start to feel the same. Whereas the American stuff, they don't. You get the sense that you are in California. Long Island, you get a sense that you are in, a bustling city that is, well, Long Island / Manhattan or New York. And obviously Sandpatch, you get in, fantastic vistas of mountain ranges and, literally in the middle of nowhere. Where is it? Pennsylvania or something? So, yeah, the American stuff wings it. There may be less stuff, but there is more variety. So, I just feel like the German stuff, in the end, they all start to be a bit samey, But, yeah, we've only got one German route to go. after the 363. What is it? The Hamburg to Lebec. That'll probably be hopefully be something different. Yeah, because we haven't seen any American stuff yet. So we've got what, the CSX, what's it called? The S40-8W, that's it. I cannot wait to see what that's like. It's going to be a monster to drive on Sandpatch grade. And then, of course, we've got then we've got Cane Creek and the Clinchfield Railroad. And you know what? As much as I do like freight, I'm a bit disappointed they haven't gone for, you know, a freight route and a passenger route. I think that would have been more balanced. It would make it more balanced, you know. I mean, Cane Creek, I have no idea what that's going to be like, but that's obviously Union Pacific freight stuff going through Utah, isn't it? So that's going to be mainly freight, unless there is some sort of passenger aspect to it, and that would be cool if there is. And obviously Clinchfield Railroad will be very interesting because it's the first ever historic American route on Train Sim World, so that'll be really interesting. But it's obviously a freight route, Clinchfield Railroad. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the American stuff. Either way, it should be good, but we'll see. And then, of course, the really juicy stuff is we've got France and Switzerland coming up, two completely different driving experiences. Thinking of local add-ons, what else have we got? We've got a 465 with Southeastern coming up. We've got 2 more loco add-ons to Germany. What have we got? The I forget what they're called. What are they? The 101 and the, I don't know, 179 or something? I don't have a clue. I'm sure someone will clarify it for me. But yeah, there's just so many. I think there's too much German stuff in at the moment. You know, you've got what, 2 German add-ons, 2 German add-on locomotives, I think, maybe 3. I'm not sure. And there's only 3 American stuff, you know, all together. It's a bit, yes, the UK gets a bit more extra toys, don't they? You know, Isle of Wight, Southeastern route eventually, and the 313 to East Coastway, which should be really cool, and the 465 to Southeastern. And it's interesting, there's one thing I'd be very keen to know with the 465. Now, with the 465 DLC in Train Simulator, I think it actually comes with an additional route. It comes with the branch line section. I'm not sure where it goes to or from. I can't remember, but I do know that the 465 does mainly operate on a branch line section. So I'd be very pleased if Dovetail, when they do announce the 465, that it will unlock a section of the Southeastern route which enables it to, well, enables the 465 to utilize like that branch line section. I think it's a 7-mile branch line, but I can't remember what it's called. It goes to an island somewhere, I forget where. But I didn't think of that because yeah, that's what the from Train Simulator, that's what the 465 does. It does branch line runs on this 7-mile branch line on the Brighton route, Southeastern route. So yeah, be very interested to see that, because you know it's like the 204 shunter, isn't it? When that came to Mainsborough Barn, it unlocked the dockyard area and we could, you know, drive around it and stuff. So you never know, the 465 might do that. Intro, I'll go trick-or-treating in Animal Crossing, New Horizons and Hood Horizons instead. Yeah, 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 that's true. Yeah, maybe you should do that, yeah. Jason and O, secretly you like a classic BR locomotive, yes. Well, that's obvious. It's not really a secret, is it? Everyone knows I like the British Rail stuff. BR Blue stuff. Yeah, can't wait for it. Transpennine. I'm a bit annoyed that the heavy freight pack isn't coming along with Transpennine or Great Western. Don't know why, but the fact that that's the last thing of all to come to Train Sim World, as far as the Preserve collection goes, is a bit irritating. But there we are. I can wait. I can wait. I can wait. I've got plenty of time. I will do now, since lockdown's going to happen again. So I've got all the time in the world. I'll probably be asked to work more hours, actually, thinking about it. Probably not, actually. In terms of all the time in the world, I probably won't have all the time in the world. We'll see. We will see. DDD. Where are we now? Be interested to know whereabouts are we? Still way long way to go. Long way to go. And so far we have not encountered that passenger loco. Let's see if we can find it. I bet you we should, in theory, have got in front of it, because we managed to start up much quicker in Hagen Freight Yard, so we should be okay. I think, yeah, we should be fine. I can't see it, so I think we're okay, he says. We will see. Well, let's get up to the speed of 100 kilometers an hour. How many kilometers left? 30 to be exact. Just checking the audio works. I hate it when the audio goes out of sync. I don't know why the hell it does that. Started doing it a lot more recently. I can't understand why. Jason, my dog says hello. Woof woof in return. That's my reply. Woof woof. Hope your dog's alright. My cat isn't at the moment. He's freaking out over a load of fireworks that's been going on this evening. I believe it's Diwali. So a few people are celebrating Diwali. Or probably celebrating the last few days of normality once more. Before we go back into lockdown. Well, at least the football's continuing behind closed doors. That's just cheered me right up. So at least there's some live sport to watch, so that's positive. And the Formula 1, of course, can continue as well, because most of the European tour is now over, thank God. So it can now go on to, what's the next race? Oh no, it's not over yet. We got Turkey coming up after San Marino. Then it's got, what's it got next? 2 races in Bahrain and then Abu Dhabi, so we should be fine. So at least I'll be able to watch some live F1 and football, so that's nice. So that is positive. So there'll be a bit more to do during this second lockdown. I haven't been able to do it since March, so I'm used to it now. Like dancing and things like that. Never mind. Nice way to keep myself fit. So keep me in good shape. And there's me here eating, talking about being in good shape, and there's me eating a stack load of chocolate buttons. Well, regardless how long this lockdown will be on for. I can assure you that I will try my utmost best to bring a smile to all of you people, regardless what country, what continent you are in, regardless if you are in a lockdown situation or not. I will try my utmost best to bring a smile to all your faces, and I will try my best to stream week to week. Sometimes I can't guarantee it, but the show must go on. And yeah, I'll just keep plodding away. Just have to get the tin hat on. Put it on again. Just get through this lockdown. Hope to God it won't be as long. Let's hope. The speed limit is 70 kilometers an hour coming up, so let's get off the gas. Let the 155 coast. This is with loaded wagons, by the way, loaded coal wagons. I found out that the Evlington power station actually not only produces coal, but also produces natural gas, I think, gas. So that's interesting, because I'm trying to figure out what these new tank wagons are with the 363. Because there's obviously they're pretty big tanks, but I'm not sure what they're for, if it's for oil or gas or some sort of liquid. I'm not sure. So yeah, but it's funny, Dovetail just won't say what these wagons are. I mean, they won't. I've looked on the Steam website, I've looked on their pages, and I can't figure out what they're called, these new wagons. They haven't mentioned a single word of what they are or what they're used for. So very puzzling. It's like Dovetail don't know themselves. It's like, oh, just put this random wagon in. What's it called? What's its purpose? Oh, we don't know. We'll just put it in there. Jason, do you think there'll be more businesses closed? Well, during the lockdown, yes. I mean, some businesses will have to close. It'll be part of the law, won't it? That's the whole point of a lockdown, isn't it? Some businesses will have to close. It's non-essential business, shops and things like that. So I suppose things in the retail industry will have to close down for a month. Tourism places, like, well, I'm sure in tourist hotspot areas they'll have to close their doors. But schools and education facilities are allowed to remain open, as of course are the usual, supermarkets and medical facilities. Jason, oh, for good. Oh, crikey. Well, there's a chance of it happening, yes, unfortunately, but that's the way it goes, isn't it? I mean, the government can splash as much money as they want. Some businesses simply won't survive. You hear about these figures like £80 million rescue packages here and £100 million rescue packages there. It just won't save some businesses. It's a fact. Some businesses have already gone under, and I'm sad to say that maybe a few more will go under as well. But there we go. Right, let's pick up the pace a bit, because it seems that we do not have any passenger traffic in front of us, so we have priority. So let's get going on this Halloween evening. This year, quite frankly, and excuse my language, has been crap. Yeah, well, let's make it more. Let's make the language even worse. This year has been absolutely fucking shit. Now that I can say, excuse me language. It's been an absolute disaster this year. And the second lockdown, I mean, God, when I came out of the first lockdown, I thought, okay, well, things will slowly pick up, but it didn't pick up, has it? It's gone back to square one, basically. We're back where we started. So, you know, there's nothing we can do other than just, well, stay at home. God, I'm thinking of it now. I mean, I saw some of my friends in my dance class on Thursday, and that could well be the last time I see them all year. It's just absolutely startling now, thinking about it. Won't be able to see him, well, potentially for the rest of the year. Yeah, extraordinary. I thought one lockdown was bad enough. I mean, God, having another one, Jesus Christ. But I suppose that's the price we pay, isn't it, for not, you know, obeying the rules, basically, or not taking it seriously enough. You know, and I've seen it firsthand. Oh, there's another 155. No, that is rare. I have never seen another 155, and other than one I'm driving. Wow. That is rare, right there. Nice to see it, though. Right, let's pick up the pace. Oh, I've applied too much power again. I don't think the 155 can take going up to 30 on the tap changer. I think the maximum it can go at is, well, looks to be 13, and that's it. It won't go any faster. No, I don't think it will. Alright, 13 is the limit for the 155. Maybe because the load's too heavy. I don't actually know how many wagons we've got, to be fair. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Alright, that's pretty heavy load. Considering they are also loaded coal wagons, so it is yeah, that's a heavy load. So I'm not surprised the 155 is having a bit of a struggle. Let's increase it. There we go. On the flat gradient it starts to show its hand. There we are. Jason, well, at least we have games consoles to keep us occupied. Yeah, until their bloody online services go kaput and go bang. Just ask EA Sports and their servers. They'll go into overdrive, they will. God. It'll collapse and burn. Just like my streams do. Very nice. Joshua Cunningham, hey, hello stranger, yeah, same hello stranger, where have you been? It's not where I've been, where have you been? It's been a while. Have you ditched me, have you, for someone else? No, I'm joking. Hope you're well. Nice to see you again. You could just pause the game and see, like, oh yeah, but that just wastes time. It's best to do it while on the move, isn't it? You know, you got to keep your mathematics counting skills up to scratch, you know. Atro guesses what happened when people don't take the virus seriously. Yeah, I know. I mean I'm a young person, but you know, like the younger generation, like early teenagers, that kind of thing, they don't take it seriously enough. And well, they paid the price, really. Won't be able to socialise with their friends, won't go out to the restaurants and things like that. You won't be able to go shopping and buy things like clothes and stuff. So yeah, it's the price you pay, isn't it? There you are. It's as simple as that. And sadly, we're all made to suffer. It's annoying, isn't it? The ones who do obey the rules and do take it seriously, of course, they're ones who are made to suffer in potentially quite catastrophic ways, but there we are. Jason, what other games do you play? Play FIFA, Formula 1, excuse me, I love playing Gran Turismo Sport. I love that. I love the online racing. So competitive at it. I don't know why, I just love racing on it. I love the scapes, basically, where there's like 1,500 photographs from all over the world, different landmarks and things like that, in all these different countries, and literally you put a car into a photograph and then you edit it like a photo. It's like Photoshop, you know. It's unbelievably powerful. And yeah, I just love scapes mode on that. I get obsessed with that. I don't know why. Yeah, but I love car photography in that game. Other games, I play Star Wars Battlefront online. I play what is it? What call it? Call of Duty. I have a Call of Duty game, believe it or not. I've only got one though, and that's Black Ops, the very first one actually, on the Xbox 360 game. I still have that, and it still works and plays. Of course, I've got Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5, which is nice. I used to have Red Dead Redemption, but that broke, so I can't play it anymore. The disc was scratched permanently. Couldn't use it again. I'll never bother to get it replaced, really, to be honest. Well, we're going into another tunnel. How many tunnels are there in this route? Jeez Louise. Well, we're nearly there, just 18 kilometers to go, and then I might call it a day. I mean, it's getting a bit late. I'll keep going, I'll see how long it takes. Joshua, yeah, I've been really busy, lol. Fair enough. Jason, I'm gonna guess you're 23. That's correct, yes. Well, it's pretty obvious how old I am. I mean, it says it in my name, doesn't it? Spurs Reading 96. You know, pretty much explains where it come from. Joshua, looking forward to the 363 coming, and Cane Creek and the Clinchfield Railroad. Yeah, it should be good, but we'll see what it's like. What's that? What is that? Hello, that's a black one. Where did that come from? I didn't know an MRCE 185.5 gets that far down here. They never run on this route. In fact, you can't run them on the route. How's that work then? Well, they just pop in like AI at random. Oh, I never knew that. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Yeah, 363, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just a bit worried on the lack of content it might end up being in the end, you know. You know, I was all happy and excited about it, but I'm just starting to have doubts about it. Like, you know, what if it doesn't have enough services like the 204, and what if it doesn't, you know, you can't use it over a full 24-hour period? I'm worried about that. And also, what if it can't be used on other German routes? Not the other ones are. That's my only worry. Cane Creek and Clinchfield Railroad, they should be good to use. Should be good fun, but it'll be a fair while until we get it, at least until, what, I don't know. Well, I was going to say like December, maybe February, March time, but I don't know now with this lockdown. Because regardless, it's gonna take a hit, isn't it, on Train Sim World 2 in terms of time scale on things, because the lockdown will impact Dovetail in some way, shape or form. There's no escaping that. So yeah, I mean, I was originally going to say that Southeastern route could make an appearance end of November, or in November. That might not happen at all now. That might be completely down the tubes. I mean, what was it, when we had the first lockdown, Dovetail was making one DLC a month. So that screams to me that, well, the second lockdown, we could just have one DLC, which is for 363. But again, it depends how far they were developing other DLCs before, of course, the second lockdown was announced this evening. And I bet Dovetail will be, well, when they go to work on Monday morning, I'm pretty sure they'll be working furiously round the clock to try and get it finished before lockdown begins. So yeah, there we are. That's the way it is. There we are. I don't know. Yeah, but once again, timetable on. I mean, the next roadmap update will be very interesting. Now, will be very significant because of the second lockdown taking effect. So that's going to delay loads of things. I think fixes, updates, new DLC, of course. I think it's going to take a bit of a back seat. I think at the moment they can get the 363 out because it's practically finished. And if it comes out next Thursday, that is really ironic because that's when lockdown starts. So I couldn't have picked a better time, really, could it? Couldn't be more ironic. There we are. Metro, what do you think should be the next London Underground route for TSW2? Well, realistically, it should be the Metropolitan line because that is on Train Simulator. So that's certainly a realistic chance of that making an appearance in the far future, because if Dovetail made it on Train Simulator, then they can very well make it on Train Sim World in the far future. We'll wait and see. Obviously I would like personally the Circle line, but we'll see. We'll see how that gets. We'll see how time goes by and see what happens. George, is that a black 185? Yeah, I know. Why? Who? What is the reason for it being there? I've never seen it on this route before. That is the first time ever. Interesting, that's for sure. Jason, if you could drive any train on any route on TSW2, what would you have and why? Ooh, that's a good one. I think a GWR 56 tank engine. That's what I'd have. I'd have a steam engine any day. Have a tank engine. I love tank engines. Yeah, particularly the GWR 56 one on Train Simulator. That screams perfection to me. It just looks right. I don't know why. I prefer tank engines rather than big mainline engines. You know. I don't know why, I just do. Jason Burton, I'm currently eating a fab ice lolly. Fair enough. Ice cream at 9:30 at night, why not? Nothing wrong with I haven't had an ice cream in ages, literally. Have I got any sweets left? Have I got any buttons left? Oh, there's a few left. Not many though. 10 kilometers to go, roughly. Nearly there. Come on, let's get them out. How many buttons? 4 buttons. I have to take it. There. Lovely. Nearly there. We're nearly at the finish line. Yeah, nearly there. Nearly there. I'm surprised the lack of mist. I altered the weather settings to make it more misty and Halloweenish, but it doesn't seem to have made any difference, to be honest. If anything, the mist is gone. It's cleared up. I don't get that. Very, very weird. I think on my Somerset it's more misty than here. I don't know why. Oh well. You can't make Train Sim World any spookier, can you? The only way you can is do it in the mist in the dark, but that's not very good for a stream, is it? Because you can't see anything. 80 kilometers an hour speed limit coming up. Let's get ready to get to that speed limit. let it cruise, it will go down speed slowly, very slowly. How many is there left? None left. No more buttons. Oh dear. Intro, I ran a red on the Bakerloo line and I was so close to getting the train stop. Boy, I know the feeling. It's painful, isn't it? You put in what, an hour and a half, 2 hours of your life into a scenario or a service. I mean, it just, the last minute you need, the last thing you need is a red signal, especially right at the end. I know the feeling. It really annoys you. So that's potentially 2 hours of your life wasted. Instead of being 2 hours of your life you enjoyed. There we are. Alright, not long to go. 1300 hours in the game. .100 kph speed limit coming up. Apart from buttons, what else do you like chocolate wise? Oh bloody hell. I love Galaxy, particularly the cookie crumble one. Oh, that's gorgeous. I like chunky Kit Kats. I like them. I used to love Mars bars. Don't have them as much anymore. I have a boost at work to, well, boost my energy. Lindor chocolates are very nice, but I only get them on very special occasions. Is that tunnel full of mist, or is it me? No, it's not, it's me. What other chocolates do I like? I remember those Happy Hippos. I used to love them when I was young. Absolutely love Happy Hippos. Haven't had a Happy Hippo in years. They were just gorgeous. They look so cute as well, like you didn't want to eat them. Right, the next speed limit in 2 kilometers. That'll do. Is yeah, the next speed limit in under 2 kilometers is 70. Do you remember Cadbury's? Oh yeah, the Fuse bar. Yeah, I do remember that briefly. Did I ever have a Cadbury's Fuse bar? I can't remember. What are those other ones? Those Cadbury bars. Oh, they were goldish packaging. What was it called? When a 12 was it? Purple letters. It was a gold covering, gold wrapping. What was it called? I forget what it was. It was big chunky chocolate. I forget what it was. Was it not a double decker? No, it weren't that, was it? Well, it might have been a double decker. I can't remember. Is that what a double decker is? I don't know. Toffee crisps. Whisper Gold, that's it, of course. Yes, Whisper Gold. Joshua's got it right. Whisper Gold, that's it, yes. Whisper Gold. Oh god, they're making me hungry. I want to go to the co-op now, go to the shop and get some chocolate. But I don't want to eat too much chocolate. It'll be bad for my health as well as my as well as it's bad for my wallet. I mean, I like the fact that we're getting these consistent DLCs, but it's costing so much money at the moment. For once, it is nice that they spread it out. I mean, that's what annoys me. I mean, you get people complaining, saying, "Oh, it's been like 1 month or something since the last DLC. We need more consistently, or more regular basis, I should say." But then people complain and say, "Oh, I can't have too many. It's killing my wallet full of money and all this stuff." You know, I prefer being 1 DLC a month than 2 a month, because at times it just gets so expensive. You know. There we are. Yeah, we're down to, what's the next? Oh, the next speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour again. Oh, alright. I thought it was... Why didn't it just stay at 100? Oh, never mind. Do you like Pringles? Oh yeah, I love Pringles. Only one type of Pringles though. Oh, what's it bloody called? Is it sour cream and onion, I think? Or was it cheese and onion? It was one of those two, innit? The green one. Let's just say that. I like the green one. Oh no, forgetting a Kit Kat. Yeah, no, I ain't got a Kit Kat. It's a disaster. I love Kit Kat, the chunky Kit Kats. Really nice. Luke Alfred Morris. Yo, how are you? Welcome aboard. On this spooky Halloween night. Well, it's certainly been a Halloween with a difference, hasn't it? The most strangest Halloween ever. It's just a mixture of meh and disappointment, really. A feeling of inevitability as well as dullness, to be honest. It's been a bit of a dull day, to be honest. Usually on Halloween I'd be with the family celebrating, carving pumpkins and decorating the house with in the kitchen with Halloween decorations, but no, not to be this year. And then when you hear Boris on the news saying another lockdown is going to happen next week, that just compounds the matter. But to be honest, I'd rather have a lockdown now than at Christmas. I can't have a lockdown at Christmas. That's just... Nah. That's too far. Plus I want to enjoy my birthday as well in December. I was planning to go away for my birthday, but I don't think that's going to happen now. It might happen, hopefully. I wasn't going anywhere nice. I was going to see other family members for my birthday. Sour cream and onion didn't really do too much today, no, except Train Sim World 2. And went back a bit, played a bit of New York Northeast Corridor. Fair enough, Josh. Yeah, Northeast Corridor, I do miss it. It'll be nice to get it back, won't it? Imagine if they bring it back, but not the current one we got. Imagine if they bring back, what is it? There is a Northeast Corridor, but not the one we've got, or used to have. It was Northeast Corridor going from, where was it? New York to New Haven or something? I forget where it goes. But yeah, I'm thinking of making a little video series. Now we're going to be on lockdown, of something to do with Train Simulator and Train Sim World. I'm not going to reveal too much because I'm only in the planning stage of it, so I'm just trying to get my ideas together and see what I can construct. Either way, it should be good fun. It's more difficult in some areas than others. Right, we're cruising along at I was going to say we should speed up, but actually we're only 2 kilometers away from our final destination. And what's the time? 9:45 at night. That's not too bad. Oh, it's been a pretty error-free run. No spooks and strange things on the route. No bugs or anything to freak us out and ruin the experience. So that is a positive. Somehow, some way, we managed to get to our final destination in one reliable state, which is excellent. Jason, I did a little TSW2. Might have a pumpkin instead of a Christmas tree at this rate. Yeah. Right, you just carve out a Christmas tree out of in your pumpkin, and you got a bit of both. Joshua, they could still do something with Amtrak because they still have a license. Well, I don't know. They might have a license for it for Train Simulator, but does that apply to Train Sim World? Who knows? They are two completely different games, so you know, I don't know. But let's be honest, I mean, they haven't done anything with it since, well, what is it, June last year? So, coming up to 2 years ago, so, I don't know why they won't do something with it. They might do. You never know, they might be planning on doing something completely different with Amtrak's license, maybe. You never know, might be planning on bringing back Northeast Corridor in a dramatic way, maybe a, well, better looking way, and you never know. Better way as well. But we'll see. Anyway, we're coming up to Frintrop, our final destination. And we've brought the coal wagons in to its destination as well. No vampires and ghosts and ghouls have stolen our coal. And speaking of coal wagons, there's another service with some coal wagons. Probably empty coal wagons going back to Hagen. The wagons will be loaded up with coal and sent elsewhere. There's a stopping point. Oh, we've done pretty well. I'd say we've been at a reasonable pace. No disasters, no dramas. No passenger traffic to get in the way, so I'm pleased. We need to start braking now, I think. It might be wise. It might be very wise if we start braking. I just cannot afford a mistake. There we go, I should do it. Yeah, we'll be alright. I don't care where we stop as long as we come to a halt. I just can't risk losing going through that red signal and bottling it. That will do. I don't care how far we are. As long as you've made it, that's the main thing. Hey! We made it. Brilliant. That took just over an hour. Ain't too bad. And a gold medal as well. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. That's a good service. I'm pleased with that. I really am. I thought it would be a bit of a disaster, but not bad at all. Don't know. What should I do? I don't know what to do. Should I carry on or not? I'm not sure. I want to carry on, but I don't know if I can carry on in case the stream goes kaput. I don't know. I don't know whether to carry on or not. Do I carry on? Do I not? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Carry on getting brute. Oh. Fine, alright, we'll carry on. Let's go back to the main menu. Let's go back to the main menu. That's a brilliant screenshot. I ever did that. Who was it? Monda. I thought it said Morris then. Yeah. Jason, would Northern Transpennine get released next week along with Great Western Railway? I don't know. Depends if it's getting released next week or not. I don't know. Well, if the Shunter's released next week, then maybe yes. If the Shunter ain't getting released next week, then no. I don't know. Definitely haven't said when it's getting released. I'm annoyed that the Heavy Freight Pack is not getting released along with it. I mean, there must be some teething troubles with it. That obviously has delayed its release, which is very irritating because I love the heavy freight stuff more than the actual route itself, to be honest. But there we are. I mean, I haven't played Transpennine in a long time. When was the last time I played Transpennine? I did a stream on it on the old Train Sim World. I can't remember when. I think it was last month, some point. I can't remember. What should we do? I don't know. Let's go into risk ignored. Look at the 155, since this stream is for 155 purposes. We'll have it on a misty day. Where's that service? I did that one there. Runners train to friend drop to Hagen with exchanges along the way. Interesting. Empty coal freight train from Frindrop to Hagen. I don't want to make it too long, isn't it? 10 o'clock. I'll do the return leg with the coal wagons, might as well. Easier, innit? That'll do. Joshua, yes, carry on, get a brew. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna have to get one in them. I should have paused it and got one then, but oh well, I'll have to soldier on. Intro, yes. Jason, yes, fair enough. Yeah, I'll carry on. Of course I'm carrying on, don't worry. Just a delayed reaction. Jason, yeah, we're both looking forward to that 40. Yeah, I know. My worry is that, you know, when we get Transpennine and Heavy Freight Pack, it's all going to be riddled with bugs to the point where I don't want to play it again. Because it was riddled with bugs to start with when it first came out. I remember it was a nightmare. But when it was cleaned up in the end, it was a joy to drive. But, yeah. Hopefully it's not full of bugs. It probably will be, but once those DLCs are out, then the Preserve Collection team can really get down to work and start fixing those bugs, albeit it might take a bit longer now, since by the time those DLCs will be released, we'll be in lockdown. So there we are. That's the way the world goes around at the moment. I don't think it's the England that's in lockdown. Was it France across the channels in lockdown, isn't it? Belgium, I think. Germany's in lockdown. I'm surprised Italy and Spain is not in lockdown unless they've already had one. Well, at least there's one interesting thing coming out during the lockdown. What is there? A very important thing coming up. What is it? Oh yes, the United States presidential election. That will be interesting. I've just got an awful feeling that's going to get rigged to hell by either the Russians or Mr. Trump's close men, let's say, close friends. I just have that awful feeling it's going to be rigged in favour of Mr. Trump. I hope not. I hope Joe Biden takes it. I mean, to be honest, then neither of them are good contenders or candidates, in my opinion, to be President of the United States. But I think out of the two, I pick Joe Biden hands down. Hands down. You know, Trump has driven that country to the ground, and I think they've had enough. You know, of all this racial disputes and the financial disaster it's in, and not focusing on the environment and seeing the consequences of that, and all this stuff. I think California at the moment is suffering with a load of wildfires again. So happy days over there, isn't it? You never hear any good news coming out of America, do you? It's all just downhill and disastrous and all doom and gloom over there. I suppose the only good thing that comes out of America is when you hear an Apple product coming out. Like the new iPad or something. That's probably the only positive thing that's coming out of the States at the moment. Because I'm like, oh, I like that. That looks cool. Oh dear. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think it's going to get rigged. It's going to anyway. I'm sure the Russians or the North Koreans will try and intervene in some way, shape or form. Knowing them. Now I have no idea if we have any passenger traffic in front of the crow flies. We'll go for it. So we'll just cruise along. That's what we did last time and we were fine, so we should be okay this time. Um, let me have a look at the chat. I'm struggling to... What on earth was that noise? Oh, it was a passenger train. I wasn't looking. Joshua been missing my class 40. Yeah, I have as well. Etro, what do you think should be the next deep tube underground line for TSW2? Oh my god. Deep tube. I don't know. I'm trying to think of underground lines that have most underground running. I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. I cannot remember which route has the most underground running, but I think it's the Victoria line, isn't it? If it is the Victoria line, then it's the Victoria line. I think it is the Victoria line, because I think that has the most stations that is underground. So yeah, in that case, the Victoria line. But other than that, I have no idea. I don't know. I'm a bit rusty on my knowledge of the London Underground, and that's in some areas. Joshua, well, apparently the heavy freight pack, because the issues at Mars Platting, so maybe that's why he ain't coming out of it. Yeah, it could be, but then wouldn't that be the case with TransPennine full stop, because that has Mars Platting, doesn't it? And it shouldn't make any difference if it's got the heavy freight pack or not. It will be an issue if that's the case, because you know you can have class 45s and 47s stopping there. You've got 101s as well, and there's only one extra locomotive running around the rails, and that's a class 40. And it can't be the class... Is it the class 08? What's Mars Platting? Where is that? Mars Platting. I'm trying to think where the bloody hell that is. Excuse me, language. Where is Mars Platting? I've got my little map of it. That's how much I love TransPennine. I've got a map of it. Mars Platting. Where is that? So it's the second stop on the Ruddy route, of course. Okay, maybe the 08 will run around there then. I don't know, maybe it can't cope with the amount of locos in that area. It's a pretty content heavy area. It's kind of like Munich, isn't it? Ish, A lot of services, a lot of things going on, particularly in the morning. With the 08 scuttling around and putting together paper trains, post office services. You've got heavy oil trains, empty oil trains. You've got what else? The vans, of course. So yeah, there's quite a bit going on, but I'm not too sure. If it is Mars Platting, then they should fix it full stop, not just because of the heavy freight pack. But there we are. Jason, I think the problem with Dovetail is they release things before trying them. They just want a quick sale. They do want a quick sale, and well, they'll probably be rushing it out even more now because of what's going to happen with the lockdown. Because obviously by Thursday, well, from next Thursday till the 2nd of December, you never know, people might have lost their jobs and things like that, so Dovetail will be desperate to get as much money out as possible. Because it was ironic, wasn't it? It's just so ironic, isn't it, the timing of this second lockdown, because when the first lockdown was announced, Dovetail immediately put out that what was it? They had the MP15 DC and a German route all in. I think it was the space of a few days or a couple of weeks. The MP15 was released just after the lockdown was announced, and then I think the following Tuesday, I think Hauptstrecke Rheinruhr came out just as we went into lockdown. I think that's what I can remember. And how ironic will it be, that we go into lockdown next Thursday, we might have another new toy to play with, and that's the 363. I just beg to the heavens that 363 is what I want it to be. I just wanted to have, well, double figures of services and lasts throughout the day, and hopefully to God, it will be able to add extra services to other routes. I wouldn't know where, but maybe Rheinruhr Austin is certainly a very good contender, because I think in the Wuppertal area there's a load of sidings with some tank wagons that just sit there all day, every day, and I think that'll be a great little thing for the shunter to do, but I'm not sure actually, thinking of that, because it's MRCE operated, isn't it? So, and obviously the 363 is Deutsche Bahn Railien, so I'm not sure now, thinking of that. If it weren't, then well, there's plenty of other areas to do it. There's the big container port in Rheinland-Austin, and there's also bucket loads of sidings and things like that by Chanel Fahrstrecke Köln-Wacken and the new German route. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunities for that 363 to be used on other routes. It's just where and how many. Yeah, that's what I care about most of all. I just want that 363 to be really good on service mode. I really want it to be good. I just beg to the heavens it will be. But there we are. We'll wait and see. Jason, vote Spurs ready 96 for president. No, I don't think I'll make a very good president. For starters, I'm not American, so that's not going to be very popular, is it? I think it's more, is it down south or something in America that they really like Donald Trump? I think apparently there was some statistics saying that mostly down south are kind of the hardcore, if you like, fans of Donald Trump. But I'm just guessing. Well, we seem to be cruising along nicely. There's no passenger traffic in front of us at the moment, so that's positive. So far, so good. Oh, I forgot to do the contrast ratio on the screen. There we are, that's better. Look how spooky and scary it is with these green gauges and lights. Look at it, woohoo. Spooky. HI voted for Joe Biden. I had enough of Donald Trump's nonsense. Oh, wise move, my friend. Wise move. I wish everyone else could do the same across the states when it'll be a landslide victory. Or can you just imagine if Donald Trump somehow wins the election, there will be absolute fury among some people. There will be I can imagine it. It's riots, demonstrations. I can see it. I can see it happening. But I think even after the actual presidential election is over, apparently it will take quite a long time to tot up the final result, like count all the votes, postal votes and all that stuff. So apparently it could take weeks until the next president is decided. So that'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure by Christmas we will have a new president. It's just, well, America will have a new president, I should say, not we. I don't come from there. But yeah, hopefully I'm sure by Christmas the final result will be decided. HRL, the Victoria line is all underground except for when it goes to the depot. Good, I knew in my head somewhere that it was the Victoria line. I just had a feeling it was. That was a good guess from me there. Spurs ready for Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. I could do that, yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure. I don't think I could cope with the pressure, to be honest. I mean, there's so many different viewpoints you've got to look at, haven't you, from all over, variety of, counties and things like that, towns and cities. So, yeah, I couldn't cope, to be honest. Jason Burton, this just randomly popped in my head, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, well, ugh, horrible. I'm vegetarian, so I can't have that, I'm afraid. I've been vegetarian for 12 years, so no thank you. There's one of the services on the left. I think you have to dump some of the wagons. Yeah, that 155 service we saw earlier, the one with the big long wagons we just saw a few seconds ago, I think that goes here to this location here, uncouples a few of them, and then reverses him down to a siding, I think, or something like that. I'm just trying to figure out, actually. 363, where does that go to? There, isn't it? Is it there? Is that where it is? I'm gonna have to have a look, sorry. Is it over here? I don't think it is it? Oh, it's not here, no. It's not the big industry. Sorry, it's not the industry I thought it was. It's not over here, is it? No, where's it gone? Is it that one there? Well, it might be. I can't remember now. Just trying to think. There's a steelworks somewhere where the 363 is pictured in, and there's no other services at the moment that go there other than the 363. I'm just trying to think. Is it there? Or is it there? We might be there. I don't know. So many industries that the 363 can utilise. So there is hopefully a good chance that it will utilise. Well, there should be a lot of services. And most importantly of all, I hope to Lord they utilise this section. You wondering what this section is? It's the big power station. Oh, that'd be just awesome. You know, imagine taking these empty coal wagons to the power station, load them up with coal, and then ship them somewhere along the line. That would be just awesome. Awesome. There's so many freight sidings. There's plenty of sidings and industry. It's just they're not utilised enough, and that's what I hope the 363 will do. If it does, then it should be absolutely spectacular. I mean, it should be in double figures, roughly. It needs to be. That's my personal opinion. I mean, this is Dovetail. I mean, they've been doing pretty okay on service mode recently, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'll be amazed if they get into 20 or so services. I'll be unbelievably happy, because I don't just want a lot of services, but I want it spread throughout the 24-hour period. So it's not like we have, I don't know, 10 services all in the morning, and then for the rest of the day it's just sat there doing nothing. You know, I want it to last a day's work, you know. Right, we are really shifting along now. Well, any speed it wants, really. As long as it's within the speed limit. Intro: the President-elect and Vice President-elect of the United States of America is sworn in on January 20th, 2021. God, that is late. So Joe Biden wins. He and Kamala Harris will be sworn in on that day. January 20th? That's miles away. God almighty. I didn't think it takes that long. It didn't take Donald Trump that long, did it? When he won his presidential election? I don't know, I can't remember. But they usually do a forecast, don't they, on that all-night programme, like they do on the BBC, don't they? When the final vote counts, I think it's what, on here in England they do BBC, ITV, and what is it, Channel 5 or something. They all come together to produce like a forecast of who's going to be the next Prime Minister. I presume something like, I don't know, who is it, CNN or something. No, they'll probably come together at, well, I don't know, 10 o'clock or midnight or something, and have a little prediction of who's gonna excuse me, who's gonna be the next president from a prediction perspective. I think everyone will know who wants to win. I know exactly who I want to win, but I just don't think he will. I think one candidate I would love to back for the president would be Barack Obama's wife. What's she called? Michelle Obama. I think she'll be a great president. I think I'll go down really well. That is just what America needs, I think. I think that she will go down a storm with him. I think it'll be tremendous. You know, that will solve a lot of problems straight away. How many kilometers left? Can't you see it? I don't know if it's clear enough for you. Maybe it's not, but it's we got 27 kilometers. I thought, I know the graphics are that bad, but I didn't know you could. I know they're bad. I didn't know they were that bad. Can you not see the kilometers? I can see it. Well, of course I can see it. I'm looking at it on the TV. Yeah. Joshua, well, I was just thinking, lurking on YouTube and found a long BNSF freight train. It had 3 locos at the front, 108 grain wagons, and 2 locos at the back. That is a long train. 108. That's going to be a long service. That'd be awesome to have on Train Sim World, but I think it might break the game. So maybe not. Like, wow, yeah, definitely. You'll be standing there a while if you want to make a video of that. Come on, blimey. Pull up a deck chair and read the paper while it's going by. Oh, I'm using my phone to watch you play, so market is a bit smaller. Oh, I see. Fair. The market is a bit smaller. Oh, it's fair enough. Yeah. It's understandable. Do people watch streams on TVs? I mean, I don't know. I don't know anyone that watches streams on TV. Maybe on their computer or tablet and mobile, but never on a TV. That's a interesting consist there. Multiple locomotives chugging along the route and stopping at various points for some unknown reason. Holy crap, we got to stop. Oh god. Stop. We need to get to that speed limit, otherwise we're in trouble. We're not going to. Oh well. Should be fine. I have faith in thee. Oh well, I'm not bothered. In the darkness we go. Yeah, pretty good brakes-ish. They get down the speed eventually. I do like double-headed class 31s and 37s. Yeah, 31s, I very rarely see double-headed 31s on Tees Valley. I struggled to pick them out. It just goes back to... I'm just thinking of, like, why didn't they add the 31s to Transpennine? Because they... photographic evidence does suggest that in that time period in the 1980s, the 31s were running around on Transpennine. So I don't know why they won't add extra services to that route with the 31. You never know, they might do. You never know in the far future. But I just think it's a missed opportunity there. It'd be awesome to see the 31 do extra services on Transpennine. But of course, when Transpennine comes to PC and console in a few weeks' time, we will be able to fulfill that fantasy by the use of the scenario planner, so we can have the 31 to enjoy on that route. But well, it's not quite the same as service mode. I don't really enjoy scenario planner. I think it's a bit of a faff at times, and sometimes it kind of breaks the game in some aspects. So yeah, scenario planner is not really my cup of tea, to be honest. It just doesn't feel complete, and it looks a bit rushed. I mean, there are certain things that don't work. What is it like? You can't do any shunting services. Some areas on routes, when you do a scenario planned session, they have red signals, so you can't go very far, and they always stay red, even if you don't have any traffic on that particular scenario planner. So yeah, not my cup of tea. I just prefer service mode. I think everyone does, don't they? But yeah, but Great Western Express, that'll be interesting. Be great to get back into that again. It's been such a long time. I mean, heck, do you consider Great Western Express a modern route or a historic route now? I mean, it's 5 years old. When Dovetail first went out to get reference for it. I mean, they got it when is Great Western Express? So yeah, it's a bit behind on the times. You never know. Dovetail might have updated it. I mean, it's not that difficult. Just stick a load of overhead wires and stretch it all the way to Reading. That'll open up a new possibilities then. That'll be really interesting if they did that one day. Yeah, it would be good to have the Class 43 back. And that 166. It'd be interesting to see if that cheat works as well, which adds extra surfaces. I've got a funny feeling they've probably taken that away. I've got a very funny feeling that'll be gone. Because now they know how the cheat works on the new German route, I'm pretty sure they'll take it away as well on the Great Western. But we'll see. Oh, come on, why are we coming out of the camera? Oh, we're not out the tunnel yet, are we? Now we can. Okay. Now. There we are. There it is. There's the power station. So far away, but it really isn't. How far to go? 20 kilometers. God, it's flying by. What is the time in the UK? Oh, it's quarter past 10, is that it? God, that's early. Well, it's not early, but, you know, it's not as long as I expected. I must admit. Jason is like locomotive designer, I hardly use it. Yeah, I don't use it either. I'm just not good enough at using it, to be honest. You know, I mean, when you see these designs that people have made, you think, God, it looks unbelievable. I could do something like that. But then you find out it takes practically, what, 3 to 4 hours to make, and I'm just like, I just don't have time for that, really. And plus, I'm not good at making liveries and all that sort of thing. I lose my patience very quickly. I was never good at things like that, designing things like art stuff and drawings and things like that. HST, yep. Still can't beat a rag in a HST over 125. Oh yes. I haven't seen an HST in a very long time. I haven't been in a HST in a very long time. When was the last time? I think it was, what, 3 or 4 years ago. I was in the HST. Went to London in it. God. How time flies. Joshua, I hate art. Yes, I do. I hate it as well. I love the look at it, but I'm not very good at doing it. I prefer to just stand back and admire it. Be like, yes, that's a good thing. I'm not doing it. I'm just starting to gather a bit of speed. Right. Let me just check. I'm just charging my batteries for my controller. Okay, it's not too bad. 81%, excellent. Now we are seriously picking up some speed. I'm just standing up for... Excuse me, I'm just standing up for a minute. Need to get a bit of blood circulating through my legs. There's a 185. There's that crazy long service. Right, let's do that. I'm just going to change over my devices. I'm going to go from a phone to a tablet now. So I get a... So my phone can charge. There we are. There we are. That's nearly done. Excellent. Right, let's fire up my iPad. It's had a bit of a... needs a break. Right. Let's get off the brakes. We're now within the permitted speed limit, which is tremendous. We'll just wait until I'm just waiting for the iPad to fire up. Needed a break. iPad was getting a bit hot. England have won the Six Nations on points difference after France beat Ireland 35-25. Hey, there's a bit of good news on today. Hey, all the doom and gloom of lockdown, England's just won. Oh, that's not too bad. God, Ireland will be kicking themselves over that. They have lost the Six Nations to their fierce rivals. Oh dear. Oh well. There's always next time. Never mind. Jason looking forward. Yeah, I've already seen that one. What am I on about? Such a silly bugger. Anyway, I comprised a list of things I'd like to see on Train Sim World from the world of Train Simulator. Would you like to have a listen and see what I've got? Let's take a look at... I've comprised a list of UK routes that I would like to see in Train Sim World. I've got to find it first. Where has it gone? I'll get there. I'll find it. It's in my things. Right, here we go. We've got UK routes that should be in Train Sim World. There is all sorts of things I've found. I mean, there's 604 DLCs, so I've had to narrow it down a bit. But here we go. We've got all sorts of things, literally. New routes, old routes, modern stuff, ancient stuff. But here we go. We've got the first one is the 1950s Falmouth branch line route. This route is let me have a look. The Falmouth branch extends from Truro all the way down to Falmouth. It's 12 miles long, and it includes two. It's a steam route basically. It's a steam route in Cornwall, and it goes. And the locomotives are a Great Western Railway 57 pannier tank. What else is there? Is that it? Is that the only one? Oh, is it? Yeah, just pannier tanks. Oh, and a not a Great Western one. What about British Railways? Sorry, pannier tank and a some other form of steam locomotive. I can't see what it is. It's too pixelated. Yeah, but a Falmouth branch line I like the look of. That looks quite cool. This one will get me excited. I just love it. This one is the Settle to Carlisle route. I think it's... I don't know how long it is roughly, but it's a fair long route. This is set in the 1970s, I think, 1980s. It's got 5 locomotives. A nice variety of locomotives. You've got the key features. We've got highly detailed route from Settle in North Yorkshire to Carlisle in Cumbria, including the Rebelhead Viaduct, Carlisle Station as well. The locomotives are the Class 66 in EWS livery. Jason will love this one. The BR Class 37, also in EWS livery, and there's a tremendous picture of it with 2 double headers. 37s doing a passenger service. Oh, looks tremendous. What else we got? We also got a Class 158 DMU, and we've also got a Jubilee Class 460 and a LMS preserved 060 steam locomotives. The rolling stock includes HAA and HTA hoppers, PCA tank wagons, and Crimson coaches as well. That one I like to look at. So I'll see what do you all think of that? Because yeah, those are the first 2 routes. There's way more to go. Seeing what the reaction is. I want the Class 68. Well, more to come. Yeah, hang on. We've got way more to come. The next route I have on my list. Oh, I love this one. This is one of my favourites. This is the East Coast Main Line back in the 1980s. Yes, that's right. A 1980s version of the East Coast Main Line, which goes from Newcastle to York via Durham and Darlington. The locomotives we have are fantastic. We've got the Class 55 Deltic in British Rail Blue and British Rail Green liveries. We've also got the Class 47 in British Rail Blue livery, and the Class 43 HST in British Rail blue and grey livery on. It just looks absolutely fantastic. I love the Deltic. It is one of the all-time great diesel locomotives, hands down. That is just on another level of fame. What else have we got? It's not just old stuff, we've got some new stuff too. We've got the next one is the East Coast Main Line, which goes from another East Coast Main Line. This is a modern one. This one goes from where does it go from? King's Cross to Peterborough, I think. Is it? Yeah, King's Cross to Peterborough. That is a distance of 76 miles. The landmarks include Alexandra Palace, the Emirates Stadium, unfortunately, Digswell Viaduct, the Gasworks Tunnel at King's Cross, Copenhagen Tunnel, and Bounds Green Train Maintenance Depot. It's also got freight yards and the post office depot at Peterborough. The locomotives are the HST, and a full coach consists a Class 365 in First Capital Connect livery and a Hitachi Class 801. So there's a modern take on the East Coast Main Line. Is on to the next one. There's a lot here. There's a lot of British stuff, but there's a lot of American stuff too, so don't worry. There's a few German stuff, but we're not interested in that. The next one is the Riviera Line, very picturesque route going from Exeter, St David's to Paignton, which goes by what is it? The Dawlish? Yeah, Dawlish. Yeah, that's sea wall. The locomotives in that is a First Great Western Class 143 and a First Great Western HST. And yes, you heard me there say it. A 143 means a pacer. Yes, the most uncomfortable train in human history is there in that route. The length of the Riviera Line going from Exeter St David's to Paignton is 28 miles. The next route is another modern route in the United Kingdom. This one is if it will load, for goodness sake. Yes, this is a 40-mile route from Liverpool Lime Street to Manchester Piccadilly. Well-known landmarks such as the Manchester International Freight Terminal, the River Mersey, the Manchester Ship Canal and Liverpool Edge Hill. Of course, various stations such as Manchester Oxford Road, Warrington Central, Liverpool South Parkway and Windness, I think that's how you say it. The locomotives are a Regional Railways Class 158 and a British Rail Freight Grey Class 47, which is pretty cool. And that one looks cool. I like the 158 on that, to be honest, in that livery. That's pretty much the reason why. The next one, which I have, goes to Scotland. Scotland? Yeah, Scotland. This is the West Highland Line, which goes from 41-mile line from Fort William to Mallaig. It has 11 tunnels and 8 bridges. And of course, Jason's favourite locomotive, the BR Class 37 locomotive, is the only loco that runs in that route. It comes in a couple of liveries actually: British Rail blue and grey livery and ScotRail West Highland green and cream livery for the coaches, I believe. Also comes with some sleeper coaches, if you must know. It also has some freight wagons, including OTA timber carriers, OAA open wagons, oil tank wagons, alumineer wagons, and Celium ballast wagons. So yeah, loads of wagons and things like that. So yeah, a lot of things. HR took a shower. What did I miss? Oh, you missed loads of things. I was doing a suggestion of UK routes and things like that I think should come to Train Sim World from the world of Train Simulator. I'll give you a rundown of the routes I've mentioned so far. I've done the 1950s Falmouth branch line, steam route in Cornwall, settled to Carlisle in the 1970s-ish, the East Coast Main Line in the 1980s, a modern East Coast Main Line going from London to Paignton, the Riviera Line going from Exeter to Paignton in the southwest, a modern Liverpool to Manchester route, and the West Highland Line in Scotland. Right, let's go on to the next one, which is another West Highland Line. This time is the south version, which looks pretty cool. I must say, from the pictures, is absolutely fantastic. Looks stunning. This is why I love the West Highland Line, is the scenery. We've got, this route is a cracker. This is a 98-mile West Highland Line route between, oh god, how do you say it, Helensburgh and Fort William. It features a BR Class 37, of course, which is right up Jason's street, and right on my street as well. It does also freight and passenger services, and yeah, the pictures just look fantastic, absolutely stunning. It looks really, really nice. Right, the next three are going to look absolutely we're going to look awesome. Two of them are old school, but hey, that's fine by me. Right, the next route I would like to see on Train Sim World is a very small route. It's known as the China Clay export route. This is basically another small route. This is a route in Cornwall set in 1988, which goes from it includes two styles of China Clay wagons, two BR class locomotives, and two sets of coaches. The locomotives are pretty much a BR class 47 in British Rail blue livery, and a BR class, I think it's a BR class 40. I can't make out from the photographs. I think it's a BR class 40, I think, and also in British Rail blue livery, and that one looks quite cool. Just a nice little tiny freight route, which is quite cool. What's the next one, you may be asking? The next one is an old school one, but a very cool one. This is the Riviera Line in the 1950s, going from Exeter St David's or Exeter to Kingswear, where basically there's a stack load of locomotives, and I mean a stack load of locomotives. All steam engines, Great Western Railways, such as Castle class locomotives, pannier tanks, King class, Grange class, modified hall classes. So yeah, lots of, if you want steam, then that's the route for you, because there's just stack loads of steam content on this one. God, there's so many more to get through. Jesus Christ. I've got an idea here. I can't see the chat at the moment because I'm looking at it. So hang on. I can't keep an eye on what I'm driving. I've just noticed I'm driving the bloody game, aren't I? I've got to keep an eye on that. What is it? 6 kilometers until we come to a standstill. I'm getting ahead of myself. I can do this drop and drag thing, can't I, with Safari? There we go. Drop it there. Right. The next one. Jason will like this one because I think this is right up his street. This is known as the Wherry Line, which goes from if I can get to it, for goodness sake. It is a 44-mile route which goes from Norwich to Great Yarmouth via I can't read it, it's fuzzy, but it goes somewhere to Great Yarmouth via Reedham and Lowestoft, or stops at Lowestoft. It doesn't come with any locomotives, believe it or not. Oh yes, it does. It comes with a BR Class 37 in unbranded livery, whatever that means. A BR Class 170 in unbranded livery. What the hell does unbranded livery mean? Well, let's take a look at the pictures. Hang on. What's this? What does unbranded mean? You can't just have a random 47 or 37 and no livery on it. What do you mean? Let's have a look at the pictures. What is it? It's it's that weird looking bluish livery. It says rail. Pick a better one. What does that say? Rail freight? Is that what it's called? It's got that little compass star logo in the middle. That blue one. That. I don't know what it's called. Is it rail freight? I think that's what the brand is. I don't know. But it just says unbranded. I was like, well, what's the point of that? But yeah, that looks a great route. You know, it's got a mixture of passenger and freight services, and the terminal at is it Norwich or Lowestoft or Great Yarmouth or something? I don't know. It looks absolutely fantastic. I can't think what station that is, but it does look really cool. How long have we got? 4 kilometres. 4 kilometres. So long. Right, what's the next one? God, there's bloody more of them. Right. The next one is... got to open it first. If I can load it up first, that'd be tremendous if I could. Yes, the next one is the one that got recently released, the Fife Circle Line in Scotland, which attracted my attention, which if I can get to the bloody description, excuse me language. Right, yes, it is a 40-mile route from Edinburgh to Dunfermline via Kirkcaldy. 19 stations, of course, including Edinburgh Gateway. Includes the very iconic fourth rail bridge, a number of locomotives, like really loads of liveries, loads of locos. The BR Class 68 in ScotRail livery, the BR Class 158 in ScotRail livery, the BR Class 170 also in ScotRail livery, and this is the best one, the London and North Eastern Railway A4 steam locomotive in British Rail, Brunswick Green livery. I think it's a steam engine. Is it a steam engine? Let me load the photographs. Yeah, it is a steam engine. I could see a picture of it. Yeah, but that route looks immediately attractive. When I saw that Class 68, I was like, yeah, we got to have that. Bloody hell, so many. What else have we got? We got another Scottish route. Oh God, bloody thing's going kaput. Hang on, I've got a problem here. There we go. I thought my iPad was giving up the ghost. Whoa, we better start slowing down, you know. We've got a 40-mile/hour speed limit. It's weird. If there's something going on, like a red signal is approaching or we're nearing the end of the journey, please let me know, because I'm getting carried away with myself. Anyway, I'll have a look at the chat. Jason, I just came over really hot and you said the 37. Yes, that route is right up my street with the Class 37. Direct rail services is the compass logo. Right, I'll send you a picture on Twitter in a bit. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I know what it looks like. I just couldn't make it out. It was a bit pixelated, that was all. The train simulator version was all pixelated and horrible. Right, what's the next one? God, above, there's so many. We've got the the Welsh Marches. This is a primarily passenger route. This is in Wales, which goes from it's a 98-mile route from Newport to Shrewsbury. It includes all sorts of iconic features like the Seven Bridge Junction signal box, the largest operational mechanical signal box in the world, which is very good. For locomotives are a BR Class 43, a BR Class 47, a BR Class 66, a BR Class 70, a BR Class 175, and a load of wagons and coaches. And that one looks really I quite like that. It's nice to have a route in Wales, so we're coming to a standstill here. We need to pick up the pace. Oh, come on, pick it up. That's it. There we are. We're okay. We're okay. I would like that Class 90. Yeah, I mean, all these things, I just wish you could have it, can't we? But we can't. The next one's a big one. It's the London Underground. And it is, of course, the Metropolitan line. of course, this is the 42-mile route covering the entirety of the Metropolitan line from Aldgate to Uxbridge, Watford, Chesham and Amersham. 34 stations, of course. And of course, it includes... what tube stock is that? It's like a S8 tube stock, I think. Which is pretty good. It looks good, but apparently it's had a lot of negative reviews. Then the last route UK route I like is the I think the latest and greatest route at the moment, the West Coast Main Line South, which goes from London Euston to where is it? Goodness sake! 113-mile route from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. And the locomotives, it includes all sorts of locos here. The BR Class 390 Pendolino, I love a Pendolino, in the Avanti West Coast livery. The BR Class 221 Super Voyager in Avanti West Coast livery. The BR Class 350 in the London Midland livery. The BR Class 377 in Southern livery, which we already have, which is a win. BR Class... this is going from throttle. The BR Class 378 Capital Star in London Overground livery, and it also includes FSA and FTA wagons with Ocean Network Express containers. Cool, isn't it? 113 miles, now that is cool. Any choppers on them routes? Nope, not one. Not one. Well, I'm sure there is, I just didn't pick them. I only like the way the route looks. And I thought, yeah, I like that. Right, that's the UK routes done. Right, let's not be a bit biased. Let's go to the United States. There's not many. Excuse me, I shouldn't have burped there. Apologies. There's not many. There's not many passenger routes on there, which just annoys me. Right, but there's a lot of 37s on the English routes, by the way. Yeah, the US routes, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I've only got 9, but 9's better than none. The first one is Sherman Hill. Better release those brakes. Don't want to go too slowly. Mr. Slowly. Yeah, the first one is Sherman Hill, which goes from, I don't know how you say this, Laramie to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Features very famous things such as the famous Dale Rocks. It also includes Union Pacific's ES44AC, the SD70M, the SD40-2, and the SW10 switching locomotives, which I love the look at, I must admit. You know what I'm like when it comes to shunters. I just love a bit of shunting. I think it's a switching locomotive, isn't it? If I'm not... Oh, come on, I just want to... Sorry, I'm just trying to speed up the photographs here. Yeah, but I don't think it... Maybe it's not a shunter, I don't know. But that looks pretty cool either way. The next one is a passenger route from the United States. So I'm sure A-Trail will like this one. This is the very famous Pacific Surfliner, which goes from Los Angeles to San Diego. I love that route. It looks really cool. 128 miles long, features all sorts of stations like downtown Los Angeles Union Station, Fullerton Transportation Center, the Angel Stadium, San Juan Capistrano, San Clemente Pier, Oceanside Transit Center, downtown San Diego. It includes the EMD F59 in Amtrak Pacific Surfliner livery, and also Pacific Surfliner cars, which is pretty cool. You get business class cars, cafe cars, passenger cars, and of course a drivable cab car for back and forth services. So that one in the United States, I love a look at. Another one is Northeast Corridor, New York, but not the one we used to. This one is, which goes 75 miles, which goes from New York to New Haven. It includes stations such as, well, New York Grand Central, which is a masterpiece in itself. Also got the Metro North Harlem line and the New Haven line. It's also got things such as Park Avenue Viaduct, Sunnyside Yard, Hellgate Bridge and Upper Manhattan. It's also got the Yankee branch and the new Cannon branch, I think that's how you say it. The 40-2. And it's also, of course, got an ACS 64 for the Amtrak passenger services. So that one I'd like to look at, because that kind of resurrects Northeast Corridor from the dead. Onto the next one, which I've got. I think it's another passenger route, if I'm not mistaken. This, oh no, it's not. Maybe it is. It's the Miami to West Palm Beach route. Let's have a look at the details. It's a 70-mile route from Miami to West Palm Beach. It includes things such as Miami Central Station, the new Miami Airport Station. And of course, it's got fantastic scenery of the Florida coastline. Locomotives, you've got the Amtrak P42 DC locomotive with the Silver Star passenger cars, and also the CSX-8 8-40CW for freight operations, and that one looks pretty decent as well. What's the next one I've got on my list? This one is an interesting one. I love this one. This is the North Jersey Coast route, which caught my eye, mainly because of the locomotives, to be honest. This is a 70-mile free route going from New York Penn Station to, how do you say this one? Hoboken Terminal, I think is how you say it. It's got all sorts of things like NJ Transit Meadows Maintenance Center, a NJ Transit Bombardier 45 with power changeover and in-cab signaling features. I presume that's the locomotive. NJ Transit coaches and the cab car as well. And it also got Bombardier multi-level coaches and the drivable cab car. So that one looks really cool. I just love the livery of that NJ Transit one. Of those locomotives, all those different colours and things. It just really looks really cool. I really like it. I really like it. Right. The next one. We're nearly there. This is the next one. This is the last one. I promise. This is the last one for America, and then that's it. I think won't do Germany. It's not my cup of tea. This is the Hudson line going from New York to Croton, I think is how you say it. Well, it's the Hudson line route extending from New York City to Croton Harmon, New York, featuring more than 20 stations, and it is approximately 60 miles long, which is cool. You've got all sorts of operations from the likes of Metro North, Amtrak and CSX, which is cool. You've got, in terms of locomotives, you've got a Metro North M7, a Amtrak P32 AC with Amfleet cars and stuff like that. You've got also a Metro North P32 ACDM with shoreliner carriages. And finally, you've got a CSX SD40-2 and a 3GS 21B genset freight. So, yeah, that sums it up, really. That's all the routes I'd like to see from UK and America. So, yeah, hope you like it. I certainly do, because it's a nice little set there. I think you'll agree on some aspects, more than others. Yeah, but I enjoyed that, putting that together. I'll have to make a video about that. I think that will go down quite well. Let me have a look at the chat, since I've been babbling on and on and on. Joshua, speaking of San Juan Capistrano, do you watch Virtual Railfan? No, I don't. I don't. Virtual Railfan, what is that? Is that the one with the cameras, or is that me? Is that me being a turd? Let me have a look. What is that? Virtual Railfan, you said. Let me have a look. VVV. Yes, I do have Virtual Railfan. Yes, I do watch it. They have streams all over the place, don't they? In the United States, I think it's in the UK as well. Yeah, that one with the cameras. Yeah, I do have that, yeah. I watch it now and again. Not all the time, though. Atro, who do you think will win the Romanian Grand Prix? Well, it's a Mercedes. Unless they crash at the first corner, then or have a retirement, because there's no chance of overtaking on that circuit. Absolutely no way. Hey, I want the Metro North Hudson line with the M7s. That would be cool. Maybe even the Metro North New Haven. Yeah, I was just discussing that, actually. All sorts of American routes. I want New Jersey route and all Northeast corridor from New York to New Haven. So if you didn't catch what I know I went quite a fast pace with what I said, but if you didn't quite understand what I meant, then of course you can watch it back and then see me rattle through my decisions. But it's a shame there's a lot of freight routes in the US part of Train Simulator compared to the UK, which has a lot of passenger stuff. I'm surprised America doesn't have a balance, really. There's way more lists I've got one on Germany as well as other countries around the world. I've even got locomotive add-ons if you'd like to hear that. I mean, we're about to come to the end of the stream, I'm afraid, so I probably won't have time for that. So but I've got a list of loco add-ons as well, not just for the US but UK locos as well. So yeah, plenty of scope for Dovetail to add in the future. Jason, I like the routes with the 37s. Well, that's pretty much most of them then, isn't it? Yeah, the Highland Line in Scotland is obviously a really good one. The Highland Line and the Highland Line South, because that's just 37, isn't it? You know, you've got that China Clay route in the 1980s in Cornwall. That's got a class 40 and the 47. The Settle to Carlisle one I like because it's got those 37s in that BR maroon livery, and it just looks absolutely fantastic, especially double-headed when doing a passenger service. That looks really cool. And obviously right up Jason Street is at Norwich, that Wherry line going from Norwich to Great Yarmouth with those direct rail service delivery. Oh, we got a break. Oh my god, we're not going to make it. No, we don't bottle it at the end. Please don't do this to me. Oh my god, that's gave me a fright. Jesus, talk about Halloween fright night. I almost screwed it up. Right at the very end. I almost screwed it up. I got an achievement. I couldn't see what it was. But whoa, that was scary. But we made it. We made it. Sweet. A light here. Please exit the vehicle. Oh, if we must. Never mind. I'll put the corridor lights on just for the sake of it, just to annoy the driver. There we are. I took 18 seconds and didn't get anything for it. Begs the question, why even bother doing that? Is that another 155? God, I've seen what, 3 of them today. Me driving one and then 2 AI services. Well, it's crazy the amount of services. My favourite German route is the Curl to Aachen route. Well, yeah, I agree with you there because of all the services it adds. There goes the 155. This one ain't moving yet, which is a delight. But there we go, that concludes the spooky stream. Oh, he's going now. Oh, bugger, better get out of the way. Never mind, you've ruined my ending. Well, I don't know, we'll look at it go, shall we? But yeah, that concludes the stream on this spooky Halloween evening. Hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly have enjoyed your company. For next stream, when will that be? God knows now, with lockdown on the approach. I like to think same time next week, but who knows what will happen next week. Maybe the 363 will come out. Hopefully it will, then I'll be able to do a stream on that. If not, then I'll think of something to stream on. There's plenty of choice, that's for sure. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the stream, of course, make sure to give it a like. Subscribe if you are new. Of course, this stream will be re-uploaded to the channel, so you can watch it back as many times as you like. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and your Halloween evening. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.